Good morning and welcome, Patriot Radio News Hour. I'm Joe Jaquint, CEO of the Patriot Trading Group, back in the Valley of the Sun. I have returned from the Front Range, as most of you know, or if maybe you don't. Patriot Trading Group has entered into an agreement to buy KHNC 1360, the Lion, up there in Colorado. I won't bore you with all the details. I was up there all week. For all of you in Colorado, on our 3 o'clock show, our afternoon show with Jason and Brian, we will update you on where we're at, what's going on. There's a lot of things, a lot of changes happening. I'll say this for both Phoenix and Colorado. This is a 3-part system. Part 1 starts today, I think. We are, you should notice in Colorado, forget about last week, because last week I was in the studio, but the quality of the program, I believe, starting today, should sound a little better. That's part 1. Part 2 will be both Phoenix and Colorado. We think we'll have that down before the beginning of the year. Let's just say, because it's holiday time, Christmas time, let's just say somewhere right around the first of the year. And then there will be a part 3 for Colorado, and that will hopefully also occur right around that time, and maybe a little sooner. And we should have the best quality sound possible in both Phoenix and Denver. And again, for those of you in Colorado, tune in this afternoon. We've got a lot of things to talk about what's going on up in there. Let's talk about what we do. Obviously, the physical delivery of gold and silver, 23 years. Part of what allowed us to put it back where we found it up there in Colorado, it's when you guys do business with us. And I'll tell you, I'm nervous. I don't know anything about running a radio station. We're gonna try and figure it out. But as long as you guys stay with us, order the products that we put out on the air, it is going to go a long way into making things a whole lot easier. Right now, you got gold rallying. And really just kind of going back to where it was on after Friday. Gold's 1242, 1243, up 5-6. Silver's up 7. The Dow is down this morning. Home builder sentiment weighing on things. We got a lot of other things to talk about. Don't forget the website at allamericangold.com. This is the last month of the metals program before shipment, so your shipments will go out after the first of the year. If you want to get into our metals program, it's one of the great programs out there. And I think about all the things that they've done, all the lying, the cheating, the stealing, all of our 401ks just getting hammered this year. And you think about all the fees, and they make this big deal about how we're lowering the fees and lowering the fees and lowering the fees, and then you read not for us, not for you. Maybe the rich guys got their fees lowered, but everybody, I shouldn't say everybody. Well, I can't say everybody. The lowest fee possible in your 401ks, that according to the latest study, was 1.25% a year. And I don't, my guess is that was the small amount. Most people are paying almost 2 right there. Still, 1.85. And that's assuming you don't do anything extra like call that. Heaven forbid you try to change what you're doing and try to protect yourself. Then it gets really expensive. But, yeah, they're just whacking us all over the place. Look into the metals plant. You think about, the great thing when you own gold and silver that they never talk about. You don't pay on the stuff you already bought. right? Your 401ks and your IRAs, right? They collect the fee off the whole balance every year, whether it does anything or not. So look into that. We got shipments going out at the beginning of next year. Obviously, it is Christmas time. I know for a fact today we have nothing here as far as invoice. Everything, the last of the people, Wendy boxed them already this morning. They're already boxed. Believe it or not, we are 100% caught up in Phoenix, 100%. And I want to say, I know Jason got his gold shipment in up in Colorado. I think we'll be in the exact same boat up there as of today. My guess is but Friday would probably be the last shipping day of the year. Well, I shouldn't say of the year, before Christmas. After, we'll ship between Christmas and New Year's. I don't have a Christmas schedule out yet. I'll get to that as quickly as I can to let you know what days we'll be here, what days we won't be here. But at least in Phoenix, we're 100% on top of things. So, and listen, we got product. We got product here. We got product in Colorado. If you want to place an order and come get it, you absolutely can. 800-951-0592. The website at allamericangold.com. And we've got the Federal Reserve, the big meeting coming tomorrow and Wednesday. The president already out on Twitter saying, don't you dare raise rates. Oh, I think they're gonna. They're just not that. Well, they're actually too smart for their own good. And I think we're going to get a rate hike here to end the year. 800-951-0592. Not a lot of economic data out today. The big news from the home builders. These are the new home builders. And talking about their confidence level. Last month, like the biggest fall month to month, I think, on record. These people out there, you know, I don't know where they find these people, but I guess the people that track the industry, the quote-unquote experts, were expecting it to bounce back 1 point. And I guess I get it, right? You have the biggest fall possibly ever, and since they've been keeping the data month to month, and maybe a little bounce back, fell another 4 points. So much, much larger. The biggest drop, customers. Right? That's never a good thing, right? Well, how are things going? Well, you know, we're not as confident as we used to be, and you know, we're a little worried, but what was the thing that really bothers you most? People. Yeah, they didn't come, you know, things like that. Matter of fact, buyer traffic well into the negative. So a reading of 50 is kind of like zero. Buyer traffic 43. So, by the way, the lowest levels now in almost 4 years on home builders. That kind of unnerved the market a little bit. I wouldn't say, again, I don't think anybody was that surprised about it. But one of the things on Friday, Friday we had that big drop. We had the Johnson & Johnson news where they knew for decades, and really they knew for over half a century, that their baby powder and their talcum powder had asbestos in it. And you think about asbestos, probably the worst kept secret of all time. And you see, everywhere there was asbestos, you had to have the treatment and the bags and the mask and the hazmat outfits. And Johnson & Johnson was just sitting there pretending like it wasn't going on. We had a huge down day on Friday. And one of the things that happened and got covered up, remember, I try to educate you on too big to fail. One of the great things that they did is they said, you know what we need to do? And, of course, really when you think about it, why wasn't this happening all along? And, of course, it's even though it's not the perfect solution, is that the banks had to put their loans in categories. In other words, what I mean by that, we've got really good loans, right? This is A paper. Then you've got B paper, and then you got C paper. By the way, C paper is not like in school. That's not good. That's like junk. So, and you have to have a certain percentage of the portfolio in A paper, and then, B paper, and then C paper. On Friday, well, the market was spiraling down, and I don't want to overstate it. But here it's the beginning. Because you hear this nonsense, and they repeat it almost every single day. Oh, well, it's not like 06, 07. The banks are so much better capitalized now. Really? Did we require the banks to keep more? Not really. It's not like we said, hey, instead of loaning out 94% of all your money, you only can loan out 90%. We didn't make them do that. So in other words, it's not like they have more money. What they want to say is the bucket of the loans is better, right? In other words, look, they got all this A stuff, and then they got all this B stuff before they get to that crappy C stuff. Well, on Friday, shifts have started to happen. $176 billion of A-rated paper got downgraded in the fourth quarter. And, of course, the fourth quarter getting ready to come to an end, got put into light on Friday. And again, here's the sad part. $176 billion is a lot of money. Right? A lot of money. But in the scope of things, it's just the beginning. And as you see these things start happening, just in the last 2 weeks, as an example. So you think, here's a quarter, 13 weeks long, and the last 2 weeks, well over half of it has been downgraded to the lowest investment grade rating, triple B, which is below which companies become, they call it the falling angel type scenario, right? You've just entered into the, it's not a big jump from triple B into junk, and actually a lot of when this happens, a lot of companies can't hold it anymore. In other words, they have to sell it because they want to be safe, and they say, hey, we only hold investment-grade quality stuff. Goldman reporting that in just 2 weeks, the number of paper that has gone from A to triple B doubled from the $90 billion to $176 billion. By the way, just shy of the all-time record. And the bad news is they feel like this is only the beginning, and that we could maybe possibly break the record coming into the beginning of next year. What does that mean? Here's what it means. If you're not preparing, shame on you, period. Shame on you. I know. We had 10 quote-unquote glorious years. And we got rid of the Democrats, well, kind of, right? We got Trump in office, and listen, he did a lot of good stuff. But the one thing I've been telling you, and you know this, doesn't matter, Democrat, Republican, Trump, right, Hillary. I mean, here's the difference. Trump gave us an extra, at least in my opinion, an extra year and a half. Right, and now we're back to focusing in on what is really happening. And remember, they didn't fix anything. Because they really wanted to fix too big to fail. What would they have done? They would have broke them up, made them smaller. And just so you know, that FDIC insurance, and I know everybody wants to feel good about, oh, the banks are safe. Just 10 years ago, all of them were broke. That's a fact. See, because they're all tied together. It is maybe the stupidest system of all time when it comes to actually protecting your wealth. Right? When they talk about, oh, no, we want to make the bank safe. That's really not what they want. They want you to have the illusion that it's safe. Right? Now think about all the things, right? You can't have anything in your you can't have anything in your safety deposit box. I don't even know why people would have them anymore. I mean, outside of maybe if you had millions of dollars of jewelry, maybe you put that in there. Stuff that, okay, we only wear it when we go see the president. Right? I mean, I don't know. Important pay. Everyone's got you to go to Costco. You buy your own safe for $250. Can't keep cash in there. Can't keep gold and silver in there. Well, you're not supposed to anyway. By the way, just so you know, that is not FDIC insured. So if these banks go under, that doesn't count. There's a bail-in. I don't know exactly how it would play out, but just go in there and start taking stuff. Of course they will. Listen, they'll do whatever it takes to save themselves. And as I've educated you, this is law, banking law. This is before America was ever a country. You don't own those deposits. It's not your money. I know they want you to believe that it is. You want you want a good way of knowing it's not your money? Owe the bank money, and then don't pay it, and see what happens to your bank account. Yeah, eventually they'll just freeze it. Nah, you can't have it. Right? A lot of you that have filed bankruptcy have learned that lesson the hard way. But when you start thinking about what is real, what isn't real, here's what's real. There are, and I don't know, and I apologize, I don't know the exact number, but there are trillions of dollars of deposits, trillion with a T. The FDIC has, $30, $40 billion. You tell me how that works. Oh, yeah, you're insured right up for $250,000. Of course, the fine print says right up until we don't have it. At any point, we can just issue you stock instead. Don't worry. You better worry. And all this nonsense. Oh, yeah. Oh, the bank, they're so much better positioned. Before they had all that liar loan crap. Remember, all that liar loan stuff, that was also a paper. Don't forget. Don't be an idiot. Right? What did they call it? Puffery. Right? Don't forget about Wells Fargo. See, the customers, they can't get together and sue, but the shareholders could. Shareholders are trying to do that with them, and you know what the defense was? They should have known the CEO was lying. It's called puffery. Everybody does it. That make you feel good? Think about it. That's their defense. And you know what? Most people think they're going to win. Because they're like, yeah, everybody knows that. This is where we're supposed to keep our money. Listen, you got to have money in the bank. You do. You got to pay your bills. But if you've got money sitting in the bank and you think it's safe, you're nuts. You're off your rocker. If anything, The problem has gotten worse, not better. And all this great, oh, yeah, we're in such better shape, right up until all the debt gets downgraded. Right? Now, what do you think happened to the liar loan paper, the subprime paper? It was fine until people stopped paying. Right now, you start thinking about why all this paper got downgraded. Why did all that paper get downgraded? What's changed? They're starting to look at it going, I don't know if they can pay that bill. Uh-oh. This company's kind of on shaky ground. Right? I just heard a person this morning, and I just start laughing because I played a clip a few weeks ago, and I'm not going to play it today. Oh, we had 20% profit growth in 2018. Next year now we're looking for 4. This was a number 8 weeks ago that was 11, down to 4, and falling. And that means a lot of this paper, this is what happened. The rating agencies start going, whoa, wait a minute, what? Whoa. How are you going to make these interest payments? A downgrade. Right? And then they downgrade some more, and they downgrade some more. And remember, all these banks, they're all tied together. Make sure you're ready. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. We'll be back right after the break.
This is the Phyllis Schlafly Report, a daily broadcast launched by Phyllis Schlafly, who served as an articulate voice for traditional values for more than 70 years. Upholding that legacy and himself an author, national speaker, and attorney, here's the president of Phyllis Schlafly Eagles, Ed Martin.
President Trump, who frequently campaigned against the horrible practice of giving automatic U.S. citizenship to children of illegal aliens, again startled the media by proving that he really meant what he said. In an interview released in late October, Trump said he would issue an executive order stopping birthright citizenship. We're the only country in the world where a person comes in, has a baby, and the baby is essentially a citizen of the United States for 85 years with all those benefits, Trump said in an interview with Axios. It's ridiculous, and it has to end. Trump's blunt talk on the issue of illegal immigration was one of the main reasons Americans elected him in 2016 and gave him a stronger Senate just last month. Yet his opponents pretend to be shocked and horrified that he plans to deliver what the voters expected when we elected him president. Trump continued, "It was always told to me that you needed a constitutional amendment. Guess what? You don't," adding that he had run it by his legal counsel. "You can definitely do it with an act of Congress," he said, "but now they're saying I can do it with just an executive order." The media insisted that Trump was just riling up his base for the midterm elections. Even Republicans, including outgoing House Speaker Paul Ryan, wrongly criticized the president. Ryan pontificated to reporters, "Well, you obviously cannot do that. I think in this case the 14th Amendment is pretty clear." Actually, Ryan is only half right. The 14th Amendment is pretty clear that birth alone is not enough to guarantee U.S. citizenship. To get automatic birthright citizenship, children must be born to parents who are subject to the jurisdiction of our nation, which means more than just the duty to obey our laws, which applies to everyone, after all, citizens and aliens alike. It means a person must owe allegiance to the United States and not to any other nation or any other state. You are a citizen of the country or nation to which you owe allegiance, not just where you temporarily reside.
This has been the Phyllis Schlafly Report with Ed Martin, president of Phyllis Schlafly Eagles. American citizenship should never be taken lightly. That's why you need to go to phyllisschlafly.com and be part of the dialogue on the need for border security and an accurate census, the travesty of sanctuary cities, and voting rights for illegals. Voice your opinion at phyllisschlafly.com. Thanks for listening, and join us again for the Phyllis Schlafly Report.
800-951-0592. I still have 50 $20 liberties. Gold's up $6.50 right now, $12.43, $12.44. I've got them at $12.90. So what are we talking about? $45, $46 over spot until I've sold out of them. And I've got a little more in Phoenix than I do Colorado, but I got at least 30 of them in Phoenix. I got 20 of them in Colorado. 800-951-0592. You can pick them up today if you want, tomorrow, or we'll get them shipped out to you. Remember, Friday is going to be the last shipping day until after Christmas. So if you want to get something on Friday, last shipping day till after Christmas, I'll get with you on a Christmas schedule when I have it. The Dow is down 100. It's been down 200, and I love these. Wall Street analysts say the Fed should stop unwinding the balance sheet. That's kind of what, got a little bump here. It's so early. But they're gonna. Listen, they're not wrong. Not only, I think the Fed's raising rates this week, not because they should. Not because they should. Because of their inability to see what's right in front of their face. But all of it, the rate hikes, the selling off of the balance sheet, it's all coming to an end. It's all coming into an end in 2019. There's going to be a big drop in the dollar, a big run in the gold and silver markets, and if you're smart, you buy before the run. Let me give you an example, and I know now, you hear it less now, but you still hear it, about all the great pay raises, right? All the great bonuses everybody got. Of course, they really didn't. Some people did. But bank rate. Okay, they do a lot of survey work, and if anything, this is, they want to make it look as good as possible, right? You've got different. Some are lean left, some lean right, bank right. They want it. This is the banking group. Most Americans say. See, they said say. Found that interesting, but most Americans say they did not get a pay raise at their current job or start a better job in the last 12 months. According to the poll, 62% of Americans reported not getting a pay raise or a better job in the last year. In other words, since the tax cut. By the way, the year before that was only 52%. So according to Bankrate, less people got raises this year than got one last year, and or, to be fair, and or switched the job for better money. Just 25% of the respondents in the survey said that they're even going to look for a new job. By the way, that was also worse. Right? The year before, 32%. Now it's 25%. I'm sorry, 25% say they're looking for a job. Last year, 38% of people said they were going to look for a job. 32% in the survey said they did receive a raise. By the way, that was also lower than the year before. While only 11% of people said they actually got a better paying job. The year before, almost 20% said they got a better paying job. Now, again, this is why I tell you that with certainty that I tell you these things. We've got record levels of debt, and it's everywhere. Today, we're focusing in on corporates, right? What have we learned today? Corporate debt being downgraded all over the place. You know how much debt got upgraded? None. Well, I shouldn't say none. But no debt got upgraded into a paper. Right? There's a very clear pattern corporately. Now you look at the consumer, which, by the way, also has record high debt. I know, 1 + 1 = 2. And the majority of people this year got less raises. The majority of people this year said, hey, the chances of us finding a better job fell, right? Less people left their current job for a better job. Less people got raises in their current job than they did the year before. And they said workers now are feeling frustrated. And they talked about CEOs on the other side. See, here's where the rubber meets the road. The largest 350 companies in the United States, CEO, received a 17.6% pay increase. That was the average. It was so embarrassing. They didn't want to tell you the percentage of the CEOs that got the pay increase. Put it this way, I'm pretty confident that number is probably about 90%. By the way, in dollar amounts, that equals $18.9 million. The economy might be doing better, said Greg McBride. He's from Bankrate. But employees aren't cranking out more output per hour of work, and they're not getting paid for the work. Whoops. 37%, by the way, said the pay raise that they got was performance-based, which was no different. In other words, yeah, I did get a raise. Of the ones that got raises, almost 40% of them got raises because that was company policy. All right. Yeah, you didn't lie, cheat, or steal this year, and you hit the you hit a certain number of working, and you have to get one. 29% said that they got a promotion. 27% said the raise was given as a cost of living. In other words, minimum wage. 800-951-0592. I can't do any better than $12.90 on 20s. 800-951-0592 is our toll-free number. If you've never done business with us before, nobody does it like us. I promise you. Just call up, and Wendy's going to answer the phone. You just tell her, Wendy, I'd like the special. You're buying $20 gold pieces, which, in my opinion, and opinions can vary, but mine's the right one. The best gold. It's the one you want to own. Why do I say that? Because you can buy it, sell it, trade it, without getting 1099, without having to give out your Social Security number, none of that stuff. And that's so important. Too many times people don't always find out the repercussions of what they bought until they want to sell things. It's the most private way to own gold. Right now, it's $46 over spot. Spot's $12.44 right this second. Now you talk about markups and premiums and all this other stuff. There's nothing to figure out here. How cheap we are. How inexpensive we are. This is what when you call that number, when you call us at 800-951-0592, that's what we want you to buy. We're not going to bait and switch you. I've got that same price online. So if you don't believe that we're going to try to talk you out of it or some nonsense like that, order online. Go to allamericangold.com. Place the order there. That way we can't bait and switch you. We don't do it. By the way, I did find out yesterday, or while I was in Colorado, somehow we lost the Better Business logo link. We've been adding all the social media stuff and the Google Play and the podcast and the Facebooks and all that stuff that apparently we lost the Better Business Bureau link on the website. I'll get it back. But here's another thing I'll tell you that's absolutely true. No complaints. We are complaint free. We don't get complaints. 23 years, we don't get them. Because we don't play games. We treat everybody with honesty and respect, and we do what we say we're going to do. So if you're brand new, all you old people know. It's amazing how many people have been ordering with us for decades. I think the best testament to us is how many people have ordered multiple times. I would venture to say, if not everyone, and I think it really would be everyone of our customers would recommend us to their friends. That's saying something. But when you call that number, all you need to say is, Wendy, I'd like the special. You know what she's going to say? This is the big trick. How many would you like? Just tell her. 1, 5, 10. I'll take whatever you got left. That would be the happiest day. That would be the greatest phone call I could get today. And then she's going to ask you, are you going to pick up or are we going to ship to you? If you're going to pick up, especially here in Phoenix, Wendy will set an appointment with you. In Colorado, what you'll do is says, hey, Jason, who runs our Colorado office, will call you and set up an appointment for you to come in there. We are not a coin store. It actually allows us to do one. One, we don't have to carry all that inventory. 2, right, we want you to have privacy. Other people aren't going to be in here while you're conducting your business. If you say, ship it to me, great. We ship everything registered, insured, U.S. mail. Now, I used to tell you we never lost one. We actually lost one. We did. And it was not even $300. It was the weirdest thing, right? It was one of those little deals. Not a big deal. Everything is registered, insured. So it doesn't hurt anything for you. Like I said, 23 years. I'll take a one-loss package in 23 years. I will. The post office simply gives us our money back and we ship it again. But it did happen once. So in fairness, I can't say it's never happened. It has. It did. And it was a customer in Pennsylvania. I don't know why that matters, but I'll tell you. Like I said, we got nothing to hide. We don't lose stuff. We ship registered, insured U.S. mail. You have to sign for it. In other words, we don't allow the post office or UPS to just drop gold and silver on your doorstep and leave it there for the what do they call the people stealing all the Christmas presents, Wendy, off the front door? Porch robbers? Porch pirates, yes. You won't get hit. You won't get hit by the porch pirate. If you're not home when the postman normally delivers, they just leave you a slip, and you take that slip down to your post office. If you like, listen, we don't call customers. In other words, we don't cold call you to try to get you to buy something, ever. We will call you because a lot of people say, hey, can you give me a heads up when it ships? Because they want to try to be home or know to look for it. We'll gladly do that for you. Okay, so what's the catch? What's the big sales pitch? That's it. All there is. I mean, most of the time, we probably should. Hey, would you like any silver with that? We most of the time, we don't even do that. $20 gold piece. I can't even do any better than this. I will say this. If we don't sell out of them today, expect this show tomorrow, because there's no point. I mean, wow. This is why we're here. I wish I was here just to give you the news. That'd be great. I'd be a lot wealthier, because that means people would be paying me big bucks to do it. 800-951-0592. That's our toll-free number. Put it away. This is a gift. I mean, you think about 2018, we and I'll tell you, the only reason I'm this cheap is I've bought in so many. This is how I know things are bad. More and more people selling, not because they're buying a car, not because they're buying a house, not because they're buying anything, because they got bills. They can't pay them. Get ready. By the way, I told you, watch crude oil, watch that $50 mark. Obviously, it's still early in the day, but crude oil down $1.25, $49.95. I did see last week we had our first major oil player filing for bankruptcy protection. This is just a tough level for these guys that are out there drilling and wildcatting for crude to make money on all of that stuff. Could lead to a lot more of those debt downgrades and whatnot. People are getting a little, listen, Wednesday's going to be the big day. I think we're going to get a rate hike, but nobody cares. What they're going to care about is the quote-unquote tone. Are you kidding me? Really? You're gonna invest your entire life savings over the tone? Is he going to be dovish or hawkish? He better be dovish. I mean, things aren't as good. Right? And this is what they're trying to hope and wait and see for. But just remember what we told you last week. We'll be, 2.5%? And the market can't handle it. And we're getting ready. And it's just time, right? It happens. It's the cycles that they've created to head back into one of these slow growth periods, and unfortunately, I think it's going to be a negative growth, one of these recessions. How bad it'll be, I don't know. But if you don't believe the nonsense that they're in better shape this time. They're not. Better shape would mean, hey, they've got less debts out there. Right? That would be better. That's not the case. Everybody's piled high in it, and it sure looks like housing is rolling over. I saw Seattle prices down 11%. Right, Seattle, of course, one of the big ones, but housing rolling over all over the place. Just be careful out there. Listen, take the time. If you have the means, get that wealth insurance. Just start putting some gold away. Listen, I don't want it to be this way. None of us do, right? We all want to believe. But just in case, you got to have that wealth insurance. 800-951-0592. U.S. $20 Liberties, $1,290. The Dow is down today. It's early. We'll see. Gold's up 6, $1,243 and change. Silver's up about 8 cents, $14.60. Remember, by the way, you can also order your 2019 Silver Eagles anytime you like.